Hello and welcome to Ninqueso Almost Live. This is episode number 52, which means if you watch one a week, you can last a whole year of listening to us ramble about stories that are like well out of date now, and there's no reason you should ever do that. But I am El Ninqueso, and I am joined by the London socialite, Miss Bree.
Oh, socialising across London at all hours. No, that's not happening.
She does. She does.
That's what's happening. Hi, bestie. How are you?
Been better. But I'm alive, which is always good. Yeah, I am.
It's a very long COVID, this, isn't it?
I know. And apparently until I've hit 12 weeks, the doctors are just like, no, we're not going to do anything. You got to be at least 12 weeks before we refer you on to anyone else. The fact that I nearly passed out at work the other day and had to go home early, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You have a lot of joint issues, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just in pain every day of my life now whenever I walk around or stand.
Yeah, people protect yourself. The big C is no joke, even if you've had a mild case. So
yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. Hence why some of my streams have been cancelled, because I'm just too broken to do it. But apart from that, I'm okay. I'm all right. Can't complain.
What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Well, I've been playing some new games. I know, because I've been naughty.
Is this after the discussion we had last week about me telling you not to spend all your money?
To be fair, I'd already got this before you told me that. Yeah, I picked up an Oculus Quest 2, which is a VR headset, and I've been playing a couple of games on that. I've been playing Beat Saber, which is really quite good. Imagine it's a rhythm game, but imagine you got two lightsabers, and you got these blocks flying at you. You have to cut them in the direction the arrows are on the blocks, and then duck underneath walls, dodge the walls. But that's really quite good. But
it sounds very strenuous.
It is. I can only last about 3 or 4 songs at the moment before I'm sweating. But I think once I'm fit and healthy, I think this is a good way to actually build my cardio back up a little bit. And once I'm fit and healthy, I'd quite like to play it with either wrist weights on or the weighted jacket. So I think that would make it a really good workout.
You've got my 10 kilo weighted jacket.
I do have your 10 kilo weighted jacket. I'm well beyond that at the moment though, because it's just standing up for that length of time. But yeah, that's been really good. I've also been picked up Battle Sisters, which is a Warhammer 40,000 thing, where you're one of the Battle Sisters and you're shooting all the cultists and...
The Battle Sisters are awesome.
And evil Space Marines. So that's quite nice. And the weird thing is, it's sorry, I'm just going on about the Oculus Quest for the moment.
What?
You know what I was like with the PSVR? Motion sickness, whoa. I've not had that at all with the Oculus. Nothing. Even this really cheap kart racing game that I've got. No motion sickness whatsoever. Although what the Oculus does do, you can use a cable to plug it into your PC and play VR games on Steam through the headset. And then I got a cheap one on there, and that does give me motion sickness. So I think it must be something playing it native. The resolution or the frame rate must be good enough on that so that I don't get it.
Your brain's processing.
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing. Although the girlfriend,
I've started a brand new island on Animal Crossing due to a few difficulties with different profiles and so on. Given the fact that I'm actually on your Switch, which you very kindly have to me online, but we sorted it out. And anyway, so how it's kind of gone down is I've had to start a new island.
Yes,
which actually I am enjoying, because I'm not making a lot of the mistakes that I made in the last time.
Yeah, I can imagine you can get back to where you were pretty quick. Now you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I have actually progressed very, very quickly.
We'll have to arrange a time for me to come over to your island so that I can give you some fruit and stuff so you can get all the fruits again.
Yeah, so I managed to get 3 oranges, which I've planted, which was good. And I quickly went off and got on another island, so I got the coconuts. But I've organised this island a little bit better, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with it so far.
That's good. I've been tinkering on my island still.
Really?
Just doing.
I need to go over to your island and get some bamboo shoots, because I still want to get my zen section on my island.
The best way actually is whenever you get enough Nook miles, go to the Mystery Islands, because you've got a chance of getting a bamboo island where there is nothing but bamboo on it. It's like a big flat plain with just bamboo everywhere, and everything you dig up is bamboo shoots. So if you go over there and eat some of the bamboo shoots, you'll be able to dig up the fully grown bamboo and bring it all back with you. That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we do some of the quick news? We both said that at the same time. Shall we do some of the quick news?
The type of news that we don't really want to talk about, but we think we should mention.
Yeah, that stuff. Right. Okay. Next Level Games co-founder and current president and former CEO Douglas Tronsgaard has announced he'll be retiring after more than 20 years.
So he's been the CEO all the time
at
Next Level. And just to say that Next Level was acquired by Nintendo last year.
Yes,
so
which
is fully owned.
Which surprised everyone because most people thought they probably owned it already.
Yeah. So I think what's been happening is he's been overseeing the transition, and now he says he's retiring. His comment was that he's going to go travelling with his wife. So I think he's just like,
I've had enough. I need a break. Don't blame him. And do you remember that Star Wars Eclipse game that was announced last year at the Game Awards?
Yeah, about that.
Don't get too excited. They're saying it's probably going to be at least 5 years away.
Holy moly!
Which is a bit of an early way to like advertise a game. Really, I think what it is, they're saying they don't have enough staff to make it at the moment. So I think they've announced it in the hopes of trying to attract people to come to work for them, so that they can make this game.
I'm unimpressed.
Yes, and Nintendo has suspended eShop payments in Russia.
Good.
So you can no longer buy any games on the Russian eShop.
Yeah, we need to put as much pressure on the madman as possible.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Do you know what? Microsoft has also suspended sales in Russia, not just eShop, but everything Microsoft is no longer being sold in Russia.
Excellent work.
Lego Star Wars, the Star Wars Saga DLC will include the Mandalorian add-ons.
I love the Mandalorian. I think that's my favourite so far.
If you want to get the Mandalorian in the game, though, you have to pay the extra for the DLC. That's no other way. 343 has announced Halo Infinite Season 2 update will be launching this May.
Oof, a couple of months away.
It is, which is like quite away from like their initial, about 3 months each season is going to be, they said originally.
Yeah.
Elden Ring is the biggest UK launch since Red Dead Redemption 2, apart if you ignore Call of Duty and FIFA.
Who can ignore Call of Duty and FIFA? What?
I can ignore it. I don't think I've ever played a FIFA game, and not really played many Call of Duty games.
I played a bit of Call of Duty. Yeah.
Yes, and Sony has announced there is a state of play later today, which is 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah,
you can watch on YouTube.
10 p.m. in London.
Yes, and they've announced it's going to be third-party stuff. So that would be interesting. I probably won't be watching it because I don't have a PlayStation 5.
And that
was the quick news. Right, main stories.
Main news. So our first story is really about the games industry coming out in support of the people of Ukraine. So this is a hell of a lot more than the British government have done, and I'm very, very ashamed to say. But hey ho, here we are.
But we all know the British government doesn't care about people's lives. Anyway, computer games, that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, this is a whole raft of names, big names that have come out in support of Ukraine and also made significant donations. So Pokemon has made a statement and have donated $200,000 to Global Giving to provide humanitarian relief. CDG Project Red has ceased distribution of titles in both Russia and Belarus, because obviously Belarus came out in support of the Russian invasion, although they kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I'm less inclined to condemn them. Also EA Sports FIFA, they're basically saying with the partners at FIFA and UEFA, they've initiated processes to remove the Russian national team from EA Sports. And that includes FIFA 22, FIFA Mobile, FIFA Online. And they're also evaluating some other changes, I believe. So that was a very, very interesting one. Creativo, basically they've made a huge donation to the Red Cross. Obviously that is a big deal in supporting refugees and victims. Gameloft, This is a very, very difficult situation because they have studios in Ukraine, in two cities in Ukraine. So obviously they're supporting some of their employees and partners across there, and they're just sort of assessing the situation. But they've put out a very supportive statement. CG Project Red have donated a large sum of money. I'm not sure what this is. 1 million PLN. Is that?
I'm not too sure.
Is that the Polish?
I imagine so. That's where they're based, isn't it?
So as you can see, these are crunching koalas. Again, a very large donation to the Red Cross there.
Poland Zloty.
So that's 100% across. It's received from all sales across every platform will be donated to the Ukrainian Red Cross for the next 7 days. So crunching koalas, massive. They're put your money where your mouth is. World of Tanks, Studio Wargaming, they have fired the game's creative director who came out publicly supported the Russian invasion. So they just said, we're not having that, we're letting him go. And they've made a large donation to the Ukrainian Red Cross as well. So all across the industry, I think everyone's coming out in support the Ukrainians who are having a really terrible time. But I take my hat off to them because they are not backing down.
Yeah, it's pretty horrific, isn't it, at the moment? What's going on in the world? It's like, can't we just have 1 year where there's not some sort of global catastrophe happening, please?
Yeah, but
just
I mean,
year.
I was when I was much younger, I was told about this. I think it's a curse of some sort that says, "May you live in interesting times." And times have been extremely interesting for about 3 or 4 years.
Interesting now is one of the words, isn't it, to use?
In the UK, since 2016, things are very, very interesting. I just wonder, how much further we can go down in the global standing, personally. Let's see. I mean, never underestimate Boris Johnson and his ability to take things right down to the lowest common denominator.
Yes, we will be down there before long.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
Moving on.
Yes. Do you remember when the OLED came out? Was it last April, May time?
I remember because you have an...
It was like June, July, wasn't it? Because it came out in Metroid. And people were like, oh, OLED, oh, you can get burning with those.
OLED switch. Oh, no. Except
someone has actually done this now. I believe it's Bob Wolf of the Wolf Den YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Who has finally got the first signs of burning coming in on their Switch, but they have had it on for 3,600 hours. It's basically been on. Yeah, it's been on.
Image displayed on the screen for all that time.
I believe it's like Breath of the Wild and like looking at like the sunlight and things and just staring at bright lights on the brightness is on max, and like you say, it's just a still image for pretty much since the Switch came out.
Yeah.
So
and it's a slight bit of ghosting now.
Yes. So I think we're probably safe with our Switches that they're not going to get significant burning unless you're unlucky.
If you're worried about getting an OLED Switch, don't be worried. It's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of hours. 3,600. If you're only playing like a couple of hours a day.
Yeah, and also he's decided to see how far this can go, to see if how much worse it can get and how long it'll take the system to get to unplayable state. And he thinks it'll take another nearly 2,000 hours. So yeah, don't be worried, kids. We're all good.
The OLED's fine, but it's just crazy what some people will do, isn't it? It's like, I'm going to buy an OLED and just leave it switched on.
Yeah, of course you are, dude. Fantastic. Anyway, so let's move on and talk about loot boxes in NBA 2K, which is now facing a lawsuit.
Yes.
Alleging that these are deceptive and unlawful. Now, in several countries around the world, people have run into problems with loot boxes, which come under the legislation of gambling, which, I mean, to be fair, they are really. But the problem is children really don't have the ability to discriminate between what they're doing.
And that's it. It's the kind of games they're in as well, like the sports games that are appealing to younger players as well as older players. So that's why there's such a big issue with it.
Yeah, and this suit has been filed on behalf of a child by their guardian. The news is that the complainant is stating the loot boxes psychologically distance players from the true financial impact of purchases, and minors are particularly susceptible to their appeal. So the plaintiff is requesting $5 million in damages, stating that the practices are unfair, deceptive, and unlawful. They include illegal gambling practices. They deceive, mislead, and harm consumers. So, unsurprisingly, Take-Two have not commented on this, and I guess we'll have to see. Loot boxes,
where it goes.
It's a controversy that's run for a while yet, and I think, you know, we're going to have to see where this goes. In 2020, in the UK, the House of Lords suggested to the UK government that they should be classified as gambling, and I think that will probably happen here.
I think so. It's, like you say, it's spending real world money to randomly get some items from the game, and you know, like, even I think in some countries they have to actually display the odds, don't they, of what you have for getting it, and they're just so low anyway.
I mean, this is no different than a scratch card, is it?
Yeah, exactly. It is, like you say, a lot. It always makes me laugh when people are like, "Oh yeah, I won £50 on the scratch cards." It's like, yeah, but how much have you spent on scratch cards in your life? You haven't won anything. You just negated some of your loss.
I think it's a lack of understanding of odds, isn't it?
Yeah. And like you said,
so I think we'll have to see what happens. I can see them winning the lawsuit.
I know. I think if they want loot boxes in games, keep it so it's only obtainable through in-game stuff, but sell what you want, even if it's at quite a high price. If you could see that this one thing, really rare player that you want, I don't really know all these loot boxes works. I don't play sports games, you know, but he's like £25, 30 quid. Then you know where you are. Then it's like, do I really want to pay £30 to get this one card? But at least you know you're going to get it. Whereas buying loot boxes, it's just.
Well, clearly they make a lot of money from loot boxes.
Well, yeah, that's why they do it.
I mean, that's the point. We're gambling. Only the house wins.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Gran Turismo 7.
Yes.
There's a different approach going on with the whole microtransactions, and it's not gone down that well.
No, it's not. I think the biggest problem is Sony neglected to have these active when the review codes went out. They were added in after all the reviews went.
But we've seen this so many times over the past few years, as the review copies are basically nothing like what actually goes out. And this is just, they're just gaming the system.
Yeah.
Let's get good reviews and then slam it. I mean, I lose count of the times that I've seen this happen. But, you know, my view on these things is, what happens really is with these microtransactions is you're kind of ruining your own game.
Yeah.
To be fair, because you play the game, you get better, you upgrade. What you're doing is short-circuiting that. To me, you're ruining your own experience. And I say, if you want to do that, good luck to you. But I see where people are coming from.
I can understand it with a game like this, because obviously you're buying licensed cars. So Sony are having to pay the makers of the cars money for it. So I can kind of understand why. But obviously they've set it up so, like, I think it's a lot of cars are like 3 million in-game credits, and you can only buy 2 million at a time. So you have to, which is like £15.99 or $20. So you have to buy 4 million, end up with 1 million left over. You know, it's just,
that's a bit funny.
It is. It would be nice if it could just be, right, this car is that, it's that many credits, it's going to cost you this many pounds to buy it. Or just don't have in-game credits.
You don't have to spend money.
No, you do not have to at all. You can grind and play and unlock credits in-game. But I think it would just be so much nice if they just had two options. You could buy this car for credits, or you could buy this car for real world money. I think that would be so much nicer. But yeah, again, this isn't something I really know much about, because I don't really play these sort of games. But yeah, it's just expensive. It's going to cost you so much.
And you know me, I'm a little bit bullshit at the best of times. So I'm like not having it. I'm not giving in. Yeah, I'm not giving my money. I'm not doing it. But I know a lot of people do, and they make a lot of money off it. So, you know, PSVR. That's where it all is, isn't it?
I know. I mean, I think it's like more annoying people because it's it's a full price game anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, you can understand free to play games doing
want to
this.
play for a full price game and then feel
spend
like
extra money.
I'm kind of forced to do microtransactions. I feel very badly about that.
Yeah, it's like obviously because I've never played this, I don't really know how quick you accumulate in-game currency. So have they added an artificial grind to make you feel more pressured to get the cars you want? You know, that's where it starts getting really, really dodgy. If it's like, you know, like Ubisoft is renowned for that. Oh, you can buy this experience booster pack, so you get more experience when you play the game. That's because you've basically just nerfed the experience in the first place.
I'm outraged by that.
Yeah, so yeah, that's your thing with Gran Turismo at the moment, people. Just don't give them the satisfaction.
So, our last story really.
Our last story. No,
today.
I really struggled to find stuff.
It's good we've got questions today. But anyway, a Pokemon teapot.
Yes, not only a Pokemon teapot, but it's a Psyduck teapot.
A Psyduck teapot. Do you know what? Normally I'm a bit like with the merch, but this I've got quite the soft spot for it. I quite like it.
I do like Psyducks. That's the thing. I like my little Psyducks. There he is. Look. Now one of those is a teapot. Perfect. I love how quick my autofocus is as well. Look.
Yeah. So this Psyduck teapot is pretty cute. I have to say that. I do like it. Let's have a look. How much was it? About £87, $115.
Oh, that's
without
expensive.
shipping. So as usual, I can't afford it.
No, I can't afford it either. But it's 150 by 110 by 180 millimeters.
Yeah, but anyway, the reservations have stopped being accepted. So even if I could afford it, I couldn't get one.
And it comes with a little strainer, so you can put like loose tea leaves in it.
Yeah, which is great really, because I do like a bit of the old nice loose tea.
You did, yeah. You had a little manatee, didn't you, for your cups?
I've still got manatee.
You've still got manatee.
I've still got manatee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've also got like a little. It's like a double-sided spring-loaded spoon. Made out of mesh that you can put in. But where I live in East London, there's a lot of like different types of tea you can get your hands on. So that I do quite like. But I won't be having one. I won't be having one anytime soon.
No, I don't think I will either.
Shame.
Maybe I can find like an STL file and 3D print one. Not for actual use, but for display.
Yeah, I'd probably like a pink one. Strangely enough, I don't
Psyducks don't come in pink. They're yellow, or if they're shiny, they're blue.
Anyway, so I've got a couple of questions.
And that's the end of the news, by the way, people. Let's go on to the questions. If you do have any questions for us, you can post them underneath the video if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can ask us on Twitter with the hashtag Ninqueso Live, which I best search now on Twitter, see if anyone's asked us anything on there.
You probably had better, but in the meantime, I'll tell you these two questions.
I have two questions as well.
The first question is, what makeup do you use?
I don't use any.
You liar.
To be fair, I did say to you the other day, I think now I've got this HD camera, I'm going to have to get some foundation.
No, but you used to, when you used to wrestle, you had a whole face full.
Yeah, but that's wrestle. And that was some, what was it, grease-based stage makeup, so I could sweat through it without it running.
It's the same thing. It's makeup. But anyway, so yeah, you used to have your face half white and half black. And
no, I just used to have it half white with black, like a half skull, and the other half normal.
Yeah. It was great. I loved it when you used to wear makeup, so that was good. That's the answer to that question.
Because it always looked like, after I took it off, it looked like I had eyeliner on for the next 2 days.
That's true, yeah.
Just on one eye, though.
Yeah, just one eye with like black eyeliner smudged underneath. For me, I don't wear an awful lot, to be honest, because I just I haven't got that sort of time on my hands. I've watched the makeup tutorials and what have you on YouTube and stuff, and first of all, it seems like a lot of trouble to go to, especially if I'm going to the gym. But second of all, I would get bored halfway through. So the whole, the layers and the shading, I feel like I probably look like I'd rolled in mud.
Nice.
So, yeah, I do wear a little bit, and I scrub up all right. But I don't have an extensive collection. I've really just got a little bag with some like eyeliner, mascara, stuff like that. Really, basics. I am in the gym a lot, so it's not really that appropriate because I'm just going to like clog up my face if I'm lifting and sweating and all the rest of it. So not a great deal of that. What was the other question? I forgot the other question now. What makeup do you use? What do you enjoy most about the gym?
Is that to both of us or just you?
It's the pure aggression.
Yeah, it's the fact they have more weights than what I do at mine. All I've got here is kettlebells and an Olympic bar.
I really, really like picking up extremely heavy stuff.
I used to, but now that kills me.
Yeah, you're dead, really. I did do a 60 kilo hip thrust this morning, so that's where I was at.
Yeah,
doing 5 sets of 10. See,
I don't even think I could. Like, I dread to think what my bench press is down to now.
Okay.
I reckon I don't. Oh, it's going to be low, innit?
You'll be lifting like a 10-year-old.
It's not even going to be in triple figures anymore.
No, tragic.
Yeah, I just like going there and just being in your own mindset and just getting on with it, really. It's just nice distraction from everything else that's going on.
I like my headphones on, being in my zone, listening to my very, very loud metal music. And
listen to show tunes. Some ways.
It's Disney sing-along for you.
Yes. Some Jesus Christ Superstar. Joseph in his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. The Andrew Lloyd Webber mix.
Other than that, I do like occasionally running sprints on the treadmill. But other than, I'm not really cardio. I don't generally like cardio.
No.
Yeah, that's what I like in the gym.
You need to play Beat Saber.
You, cardio-wise, do you like cardio at all? No.
Intervals are better. Anything interval-based.
Yeah.
But steady state cardio. Bleh.
Oh my God.
It's so boring. I get that at work though. I don't have to do steady state cardio because I have to cycle to work, do my 8-hour shift, cycle home. That's my steady state cardio.
Absolutely. Sucks your will to live.
Yes. I do have 2 questions as well.
Go on.
First, from Gem of the Gay, we have, what's your favourite pies?
Pie, cherry.
Do you know that's what I was going to say? I don't eat pies though. That's the thing. I really don't eat pies at all.
I used to like Mentos steak and onion.
Yeah, I don't eat savoury pies. I'm just not a big fan of pastry, I don't think.
No.
So, although I did have a bit of strudel yesterday. I haven't had strudel in a long time. Does that count as a pie?
Would always be sweet for you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it has to be sweet for me. I also made Pokemon style potato mochi yesterday.
Whoa.
They were nice. They were really good. I need to learn to make them more often. Anyway, that's not pies anyway. So yeah. And question number 2 from Charlotte the Cat. What's your favourite thing to do on a rainy day apart from gaming?
Oh, but gaming's where it's at.
I know. I can't say on a family friendly podcast what I would do without gaming on a rainy day.
On a rainy day when I can't game, I would nap.
Yes, napping. Napping would be good.
It's my superpower. It's one of my best hobbies. I enjoy it massively. And I also like that sort of like afternoon nap when you go and you get in your bed and it feels really, really naughty, decadent because you shouldn't be in there, but you are. And it's a bit like, middle finger up to the world. That's the kind of nap that I like, the bullshit type of nap that you shouldn't be doing, but you are.
For me, though, if it's raining, that doesn't stop me from going out. If I want to go out, it's only water. It's not that bad. Yeah, I don't really know. It's just like you say, it's just
get me wet and don't feed me after midnight. That's the situation.
You can get me wet and feed me after midnight if you really want to, though. I won't object. Right, that is all the questions. I do believe
it is.
Oh man, I've not thought of anything for the ending.
Oh, you haven't? No. Okay, well, where can they find you?
You can find me over on Twitter and Twitch with Ninqueso. There you go.
Or you can find me on Twitter. You're going to put my handle up here.
So it's going to be in the bottom corner.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, your finger's behind the banner that's going to be there. It's going to be there the whole thing with your name and where to find you.
Ooh.
I know. That's why I was late answering your call, because I was in Photoshop making the thing for it.
Right. So you can find me on Twitter as gamergirl_Miss Brie. That's GMRGRL_MISSBRIE. So I chat about neurodivergence gaming, and occasionally I throw shade at the Russians. But apart from that, yeah, you can talk to me about anything. I'm quite friendly.
I don't post on Twitter, so you probably want to come onto my streams and talk to me there if you want me to interact with you, because
your streams are good fun. I'll give you that. So, all right,
we'll do it. Let's see what happens.
Hey.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Count me in.
3, 2, 1.
Will Ninqueso ever pre-arrange these Batman outros, or will they always just be improv and rubbish? Find out the questions to these answers. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel.
Actual stories may vary. That's it. That's all we've got. Say goodnight, bestie.
Good night, bestie.